pralines, king cake, jambalaya. You'll think you're in New Orleans. Enjoy a taste of Mardi Gras with a Channel 11 cooking marathon in which we go Cajun crazy.
Tastes good.
It's 90 minutes of food and fun, Sunday afternoon at 3:30.
This is Channel 11.
WTTW, your window to the world.
Tonight on Wild Chicago, we'll wander over to Woodhull and marvel at Max Nordine's Wheels Museum. Discover the dancing skeletons of the Red Moon Theater. Tag along with wild neighbor and Illinois treasurer Judy Bar-Topinka. Come upon a carillon, the world's second largest musical instrument. Listen to the special music by special people, and then visit Vincent Rideout and his vacuum cleaner lamp creations. Oh, Mr. Hoover would be so proud.
I'm Will Klinger. We're your video navigators on an urban adventure. Tonight, with our team of wild correspondents, we'll explore a side of Chicagoland you may not recognize. The offbeat side, the unusual, the eccentric, the frightening. Now, thanks to you and your many suggestions, we'd like to take you to that part of the city we know as Wild Chicago. If you ever find yourself in Woodhull, Illinois, consider yourself lucky because you're just down the road from the Wheels Museum and a gentleman farmer who is truly one of a kind.
Max Nordine. Yeah.
Good to meet you.
Same here. Same here.
You going to show us the Wheels Museum?
I sure am. I'm a collector, and I got to the point where my hobby got out of hand. This way I can share my hobby with the whole world.
Max, there's a lot more than wheels in this museum.
Oh, you bet it is. All these pieces are from the 1893 Chicago World's Fair, and all these pieces are 103 years old. These are actual tickets that they bought when they went through the gates 1893 Chicago World's Fair. If you look close, they almost look like money. This is original death notice, etched in black, and its announcement of John Deere's death. GIs brought all these back from Paris, France after World War I. Nudity wasn't allowed in the United States at that time, so when they brought them home, their wives and girlfriends and mothers destroyed them. That was sold as a souvenir of Mount Rushmore when they're carved it. If you look close, there's only one hit on it, and that's Washington. The Studebaker plant in South Bend, Indiana, Eiffel Tower in Paris, France, Buffalo, New York, Soldier Stadium downtown Indianapolis, and so on and so forth.
You know, by the speed you go through this, I think you've given this tour before.
Yeah. I'm also a graduate auctioneer, so that's one reason I can talk fast, too. 20, 25, and give 27 and a half, got 25, got 27 and a half, 27 and a half, and 30, 30, 32 and a half, 35, 37 and a half, and $40 for them.
I'll buy that.
All righty. Okie doke. I'm the bookkeeper, I'm the janitor, I'm the tour guide, I'm the curator, you name it, I'm everything.
Low overhead, pretty much.
Yeah, right. These are called graphophones and phonographs. This is an actual photograph of Buffalo Bill with his real signature in ink. That neat? It's the only one I've ever seen. This is part of my spark plug collection. I try to hit the highlights of it.
Well, Sally Rand's a highlight, obviously.
Yes, she was a very petite little woman, and I like petite women. She came from the Ozarks. Said she never made any money until she took off her clothes. Sally Rand. Okie doke. I've owned that picture for 40 years or more. And just a year ago, this spring, I found out who she was. And she was Wyatt Earp's third wife. These here are all Nazi Germany. This is called the Iron Cross. That's Hitler when he was a baby.
Looks like a perfectly innocent little child.
Oh, yeah, well, all babies are innocent.
What happened, Max?
The greed for power. This is the only one like it in the whole wide world. And all those pieces are all hand-carved and inlaid.
Now, who's that Indian woman over there?
I'm like Hitler. I like nudity, so that's what she's doing there.
Hitler liked nudity?
Oh, you bet he did. Oh, yes.
That's a little-known fact, I suppose.
I've got pictures and books to prove it, as far as that goes. This is what I call my very rare and my very unusual. You're going to see some things in here you've never seen before in your whole life and never see again unless you come back. Did you ever see a clock that small with a pendulum? Cameo, hand-carved in a shell. This is a petrified leech. He is so complete we can even distinguish that he was a male, just the way he curled up and died thousands of years ago.
This is the part of the museum where the wheels come in, I see.
Right, this is what I call my vehicle display.
How many cars you got in here, Max?
Well, like I said, they're vehicles, and I think there's 26 vehicles on display. That's not counting the little pedal vehicles. There's 81 of them. That's a 1948 Chrysler Club Coupe. It's a 1941 Buick Straight 8. And you look at that 30 Plymouth Coupe and look at the 40 Plymouth Coupe and look at the difference. The 30 Plymouth Coupe, the headlights outside, the horns outside, radiators outside, radiator caps outside, sun visor outside, running boards outside, got wooden spoke wheels. That's a 1942 Lincoln Continental Mark I convertible. Only 136 of those were built. I wanted a pedal car so bad when I was a kid, I never got one, so I still want one. I'm still getting them.
Mind if I honk the horn?
No, just give it a quick... I tell people if they can afford cars like this, they can afford this little lady. She's standing out here showing the guys that she's got a key to a hotel room, and that's what she got from the last guy she's with. See, I tried not to leave anybody out. What you're looking at here...
Something for the whole family.
Something for the whole family, right.
Max, if somebody wants to visit Max Nordine's Wheels Museum, where should they go?
They should go to Woodall, Illinois, and I'm 2 miles north of downtown Woodall. Call for an appointment. The area code is 309. The number is 334-2589.
How do I get down?
You go right through the business district of Woodall, 2 miles straight north, and you come to Tiana Road.
No, I meant down from here.
No, I don't give a damn if you get down or not.
Vincent Rideout is yet another artist that collects old appliances, but he doesn't restore them, he turns them into lamps. Brad Perry tried to catch up with the vacuum visionary.
Hi, and you are?
Larry Swoboda.
Larry? We're looking for Vince. Is he around somewhere?
Who?
Are we at the right house? Hi, and you are?
I'm Vincent Rideout of Electrolytes.
How are you today?
Very good. Come on in. Directly in front of you, you see the original electrolyte.
Wow, just like my grandmother used to have, huh?
Mm-hmm. And you turn the thing on and off, same way you turn on and off the vacuum cleaner. Everything's attached to the original switches.
How many of these do you have in the house?
There's that electrolyte, this Hoover, and this one also serves as a nightlight.
Wow, the light still works?
Mm-hmm.
Now, does any of these still vacuum the floor or anything?
Oh, goodness, no.
Are you a big mechanic person?
Just something I started to pick up a hobby on. Usually I sing, act, and dance. You light up my life.
What made you make up lamps?
Just remember what lamps looked like when I tore them apart as a young kid. And take that little few pieces of knowledge and to make my own technique.
How do you get the holes to stand up this way?
It's a secret.
Is this the only room that you have lamps in, or is there more places?
Follow me. Take a look at everything. We've got a whole huge apartment here of stuff. Because I've been dumpster diving since I was a kid.
Wow. And what's this creation called?
Kenmore on a rack.
And what kind of vacuum cleaner do you have now here to clean the floor here?
There. This is my everyday vacuum. I've got a whole bunch of which are coffee pots. One's a toaster. I've got a blender in the kitchen that is made up to look like a lamp, and that also has a nightlight on it.
What do your neighbors think about all this?
I try to explain it to them. They just... Maybe I'm just so twisted. I'm the only one who can see a lamp coming out of another piece of technology, but people look at me like I am totally out of my mind. I should be used to it by now.
You only don't make lamps, you also do artwork, I'm taking.
Oh, I fiddle around with all sorts of things. We've got a little gallery here. If I could have the lights, please. Gallery of black art light done by my roommate, myself, and my friends. The ideas come 24 hours a day. I can't stop them. On. Off. You are the light of the world. The 90s is going to be retro, and I think I'm keying right into this. These are all things that people of my generation could identify from their youth. This one came from my parents' house. I think I learned how to vacuum with this one, I'm not sure.
So are you a good vacuum?
Oh yeah, I give great vacuum.
If you want to find out more about your lamps and how to get them, what do?
They dial Electrolytes at 312-409-6900.
Sorry the elevator's out of condition, but we haven't got it installed yet. This is about 150 feet in the air at the playing level. The instrument is about 65 years old, and it is the second largest musical instrument in the world. Right here we are between the bells. We have 58 bells above us and 14 bells below us. And the console is connected to the bells by means of these wires. The harmonics that you get when you play a single carillon bell are unlike that you would get with any other instrument. From the carillon, you get the minor third, which makes the bells sound, to some people, out of tune, other people mournful. We have batons and pedals both in the carillon. The keys are laid out kind of like a piano keyboard. It's a percussion instrument, again, so that you get dynamic control. From playing, you get calluses, and when I play a long concert, I'll put on sort of a finger glove, because they discovered a long time ago that you can get blisters on top of calluses. It's a normal occupational hazard.
Making a spectacle of itself, and that's just what they were doing when we caught up with them at the Museum of Contemporary Art. What exactly are we going to see tonight?
Well, you're going to see some fire breathing and fire twirling, and that's pretty exciting. But before that, you're going to see a lot of skeletons dancing around, doing very funny things.
That would be you guys here.
That's us.
I was in the original production with the company.
What was the first production?
It was You Hold My Heart Between Your Teeth.
That sounds painful.
It was.
There's a rehearsal going on out here?
All right. There could be something where you do some sort of repose where you lie as a big body, you know, like a jumble of bones or something like that.
It's going to look a little like a skeleton orgy. Blair, you're the founder of Red Moon Theater, right?
Yes, that's right.
What year did it start?
It started in 1989. When I was young, I had a puppet troupe. I had a little marionette troupe when I was a kid. So I actually started out in the puppet theater, and then I got kind of seduced by actors theater.
So you sort of combined puppetry with live theater.
Yeah, these performers painted so fully that we sort of erased their individuality. They're virtually like puppets, you know. There's a certain sort of energy when you perform in the outdoor, in the streets, in this kind of environment that's very alive. It has to be, you're dealing with a real world. We use fire as a summoning thing to unleash a spirit that's more like Mardi Gras, which Halloween is for our culture today. Blowing kerosene out there.
I figured that out. Yeah, some of it got on our camera.
Oh, yeah.
Were you guys told to be here just in case of an emergency?
Yeah, a little wind tonight. You know, you got to watch out.
What do you think it all represents? Some sort of pagan ritual, I guess.
That's what I thought, right? I tell you it was a pagan ritual?
Yeah.
somebody wants to come to see a Red Moon production, where should they go?
Well, I guess they should go to our office and get information. That's at 2936 North Southport.
Phone number
Is 773 and 3889031.
Be coming back. All right.
We'd heard that State Treasurer Judy Bart Topinka was quite a character, so we joined the press corps at one of her personal appearances and asked some hard-hitting questions.
I, Judy Bart Topinka, the Treasurer of the State of Illinois, do hereby offer the Treasurer's Award as a small token on behalf of this special occasion of the opening of the Broadway Supermarket.
Madam Treasurer, Will Klinger from Wild Chicago. Any message for children about running with scissors?
Only keep the snubby noses. They never give me one with points. And I gotta go back and I gotta go buy myself that fish.
Is she really going to get the fish?
Okay, there's my fish.
What do you plan to do with that fish, Madam Treasurer?
Cook it.
You always do your own driving?
Most of the time, unless it's over 50 miles. If it's over 50 miles, they always have somebody go with me because I fall asleep.
How many ribbon cuttings do you do every week?
By and large, I do about a speech a day.
Where did you put the fish?
The fish is in the trunk, and I'm hoping that we remember to take it out.
How many floors are we going to go up?
15 floors. We're almost up at the top. 16 is tops. And that's where the governor hangs out, and we're the next floor below. Which is as it should be, because we provide the financial underpinning of the state, right?
You're here.
Yeah. This is the office, and it was custom made for another treasurer. We don't put another dollar into it, so we just kind of clean it up and throw my trash around here. Let me get in my slippers. We've had elephants in here, we've had puppy dogs, we've had rabbits, and
those are gorillas, huh?
They're gorillas.
You're the first woman treasurer ever.
Right.
Ever in the state of Illinois?
Ever in the state of Illinois, and the first Republican in 32 years.
Elizabeth the First.
Right. She's somebody that
inspiration.
Is a role model, right? Ran a real good reign. You'll find a few odds and ends here, coconuts.
Anything else strange you got in here?
Well, probably my blowtorch. The Chicago Tribune said that if I won this office, that I'd probably use a blowtorch to clean it up, and that's so the blowtorch moved in, and it's been here ever since.
Now, where do you keep the dough?
Where do I keep the dough? All the money now is in other banks.
So you don't have any money like stuffed under the mattresses here?
Oh, I'll never tell.
I bet people are always hitting you up for loose change because you're the treasurer.
I'm the treasurer, and they do. They come up here and they ask me for money. They ask to borrow money, and it's like I don't have any money.
I'm a very good friend of Judy Bart Topinka's. I've known her for over 10 years.
And do you have 3 names as well?
Yes, I do. Kyle Aubrey Gilgis.
Judy, you got the Rolaids right on the front of the desk.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this job does have its ups and downs.
You probably pop these things like pads.
3 at a crack. I buy the stuff by the case. Here's my life clock. And if you put in all of the information about yourself, how you live, it's telling me how many more seconds and minutes I have left to my life. So I'm kind of in a hurry. A horse made out of wheat. And here we have a Polish Highlander. It came from the Polish Highlanders.
Here's Czechoslovakian Barbie. Some Chinese balls here.
Yes. They just gave me those for all sorts of reasons I'll let you just think about.
Oh, you mean there was...
I'm the first woman. What can I tell you? So,
a pair of balls.
I got this gift.
Enough said about that. Judy Bart Topinka, if somebody wants a closer look at your office or the James R. Thompson building, what should they do?
Well, they just give a call over here to the Thompson Center at 312-814-5767, and then stop and see us on the 15th floor.
Stop with the fighting! Can't we all just get along?
Well, Super Brush is unique because we're a fourth-generation family. The brushes that we make are all handmade.
I'm Christina Zajek. I'm making the brushes, 13 years. Weight for this brush is 1.375. That's what I want to do it. We make a lot of different sizes. We start from 1.5 size and finishing 4.
My mother's parents had 12 children, and Teddy Roosevelt saw this picture. He sent my grandmother and grandfather a letter telling what a beautiful family that they had, and he gave more credit to my grandmother than he did to my grandfather.
The next step is to prepare the brush for epoxy. That's glue. I give the little spanky.
And most of our brushes are made with axe hair and bristled axe hairs from the ear of the cow.
This is the machine. I trim the brush to give the shape.
And my grandfather supposedly introduced the Idaho potato to Chicago. He was in the produce business.
Like I start from weighing the brushes to finish to put in a box, there is 14 steps. If somebody ordered the brush, yes, we making. You know, that's depend what they wanted and how they wanted, we do it.
If you need custom-made, handmade, professional-style paintbrushes, call Super Brush and Supply Corporation at 7346 North Central Park Avenue in Skokie, 847-673-3339.
So what happens if Christina quits?
Well, Christina will be here as long as I'm here.
What's for lunch? A yummy buffet of special music by some very special people. I met up with music teacher Joe Yost at the Wells Park Fieldhouse.
Special music by special people.
What exactly does that mean?
That means we're a group of developmentally disabled people, kids and adults alike, that love to make music, and we just made a CD, and we do lots of shows all over Chicago.
So all of these kids have some form of mental retardation or some kind of challenge?
Yeah, all of them do have some kind of disability. We just forget about all that.
Ooh, yeah, take it.
1, 2, 3, play.
I love singing, boy. I go crazy. Yeehaw!
Oh, yeah!
I say ice cream. You scream. I scream, you scream. We all scream for ice cream, yeah.
Particular kid that literally didn't speak his whole life, and then he got in your program and they heard his voice for the first time?
That's Ryan Tarvin. He would maybe make noises now and then, but he really never was doing words and things like that. But over the last, few years, he's really been able to vocalize on pitch, with rhythm, on the right cue.
And you did that. You did that.
The music did it.
We're gonna sing, we're gonna scream, we're gonna scream, we're gonna sing for ice cream.
Yeah, he's adorable.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, he has the ball. He loves to come here. I think he really enjoys it a lot. It helps make him more verbal.
Yes!
Do you like Clint Black?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite composer out there?
Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks? Yeah.
Fell into this by accident. I graduated from Columbia College with a music degree. No background at all in special education. I walked in the room. A lady grabbed me by the arm because I had a guitar and just assumed that this would be a great thing for the class to be doing. And she pulled me in and said, do your thing. And I looked in the class and I freaked out. And I was like, what am I doing and why do I want to do this job? So after 3 weeks of coming in, I got over my little shock. And then I realized that, we could have a really good time with the music. And I realized that these kids were kind of a little bit more loving and caring and listened more and just had a good time.
You know how cool it is to have a CD out? You guys have a CD out!
And they're only like $10. And then the cassettes are like $7.99. One of the main objectives is to sell the CD so that the program can propel itself.
So many times rock band people are just in it for the chicks. But you guys have hearts of gold. You guys do it for what?
Snacks.
It's all for snacks?
Snacks. All for snacks. Lots of snacks here.
You're not getting a dime off that CD.
No, nothing at all. Check my pockets.
They become like stars. You know, they become effervescent, these kids, you know? They're hams. They're like, they're hams for hamburger, you know?
I just ham for hamburgers.
So, hey, Joe, where can people get this CD?
You can get the CD by dialing 312-747-1278, or you can get it at Tower Records or Noodle Cadoodle or Best Buy.
Now, if people want to get involved in the program, who do they call?
They should dial 312-742-7511 and ask for the Therapeutic Rec Department.
And if someone wanted those shoes, where should they go?
They should go to Alamo and get the shoes.
It puts a smile on my face.
Coming soon on Wild Chicago, women's rugby, painting on water, painted lady antiques, fantasy hair design, Pick-a-Dick, and Dan Aykroyd at the House of Blues. Will and his correspondents will be back next week with another journey into wild Chicago. But in the meantime, we want to hear from you. Send us that wild idea of yours. Mail your suggestions to Wild Chicago, 5400 North St. Louis Avenue, Chicago 60625. Or fax us at 773-509-5304. For 24-hour information on tonight's show, call Contact 11-773-509-1111, extension WILD. Or visit our website at www.WTTW.com. Thanks for watching. Announcing at long last, Wild Chicago merchandise is available at the WTTW Stores of Knowledge in Woodfield Mall, Oak Brook Center, Water Tower Place, 7th floor, and Northbrook Court. Be the envy of your neighbors and show your support for Wild Chicago with these oh-so-cool T-shirts and hats. Quantities limited, snake not included.